all. Thank you all for joining us. We are patiently waiting for the Aurora Police Department to come give us a comment. We're issuing 2 warrants for 2 different police officers coming into the room. Yeah, and this is going to be the press conference that's going to discuss it and also show the, show some police body-worn videos. Thank you all for coming in here. We are watching Aurora Police conference, or it's about to start, regarding 2 Aurora police officers that had warrants issued for their arrest yesterday.
Ghostwriter. Link is live for press conference.
So this is a press conference for Aurora Police Department. They're going to be talking about a violent arrest of a subject and warrants issued for the police officer. And the Officer Haubert that was arrested, that turned himself in, this will be the second time he's been charged with felony menacing. Charged back in 2009. Got off due to a plea deal. Say thank you for everybody joining us. We definitely wanted to let you all know about this happening. Sounds good, Pigeon. I wanted to take a moment and light everybody up and let everybody know about this kind of crazy shit that's going on, and the fact that very quickly our police department is taking action. What we're sitting here listening right now is just the buzz from the actual live feed in their secure location. For a press conference. Kind of interesting how this story has evolved. And I'd like to say thank you for everybody coming in. Taking a moment with all of us on all these channels to listen and to see what's going. So this is a lackluster. This is a conference from 2 arrest warrants were issued for Aurora police officers. This was after a criminal investigation was conducted by APD Major Crimes Unit, Homicide Unit, into the use of force that they used while making an arrest during a trespassing call in the 3100 block of South Parker Road on Friday, July 23rd, 2001. And this is the press conference regarding that. Here's the press release of it from Aurora PD directly. There's the press release right there. They haven't actually started it yet, but basically over here on the Denver Post, they have a snapshot, and this is your host, Friends and Code. But they have a snapshot of, this guy being choked out. You can see blood on the side of his head, and you can see basically two left hands in the video. One's on a neck and one's holding the arm of the victim. And basically from the 23rd till basically the 26th, so 3 days later, they investigated it, found probable cause. DA took it, got a warrant issued, and here we are. So hopefully that gives you an insight into what's going on. Definitely links. There's a direct link in the comments to the press release from Aurora Police Department, and we're sitting here waiting for the press conference to actually start right now. And again, I wanted to say thank you for everybody being in here. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to sit here and see how the APD is actually doing things. Hello all, and I appreciate it. We are multi-streaming across multiple channels, so if I don't say hi to you or get your name said or anything like that, please bear with us. We're in a holding pattern right now for the Aurora Police Department to come on and do a live press conference discussing a police officer involved assault. And then the secondary officer being charged with failure to intervene. As soon as we can get this, as soon as they come on and do their stream, we will post it forward.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Agent Matthew Longshore, Longshore, a public information officer for the Aurora Police Department. Today, I have Chief Vanessa Wilson, Wilson, and City Manager Jim Twombly, Twombly. We're here to talk about the officers that were arrested regarding a trespassing call Friday the 23rd at 1:30 p.m. The location was 3138 South Parker Road. If you guys don't mind holding questions until the very end, when they have their chance to talk about the incident, it'll be greatly appreciated. Chief Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to thank the media for being here and covering this very important story and helping me get the message out to the community as well as to my officers. and most importantly to Mr. Kyle Vinson, who went through the incident with my officers. I just kind of want to let you know what we're going to be going through is we're going to give you just a little bit of background of what happened before the video starts. And then I will show the video, and then I will make some comments and then take questions. After that, or I'll actually turn it over to Mr. Twombly, and then we'll take questions. I have to tell the public, every use of force is not always captured on body-worn camera. I think that's the intent of the legislation that was just passed, is that the public has a right to know. And I, as the chief of police, and my command staff has a right to know what is happening out on the streets. Sometimes it captures amazing acts, and unfortunately today, it captured a very despicable act. What you're going to see is going to anger you. It may even bring you to tears. I know as I watched it, I felt myself welling up with tears as well as anger. The officers still have due process in this. They have been arrested and they've bonded out on those charges. It's my understanding. But the public has a right to know, and my officers have a right to know on why this occurred and what happened. Show that case. I'm going to tell you this video will shock your conscience. It is very disturbing. So I really caution people, if they're small children, to not have this on as we play this video. So what led up to this? So the trespass call on Friday, July 23rd, about 1:30, we got a trespass call for service. Officers arrived. There were 3 gentlemen, and you'll see them in the video. There are 3 gentlemen sitting in front of their bicycles, sitting down, being cooperative. The officers are, right before this starts, they've ran their names through CCIC, NCIC to see if they have a warrant for their arrest. All 3 individuals, including Mr. Vinson, had a warrant for their arrest. The video is going to pick up right as female officer Francine Martinez is telling one individual that he's under arrest and asks him to stand up. She's going to go hands-on with him, and then at that point, you're going to see the 2 of the suspects flee. There was no use of force and no hands-on prior to what we're showing you. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and show the video.
Whoa, get out, get out.
Whoa, what did I do?
Stay down.
Whoa, what the hell did I do, dude?
Roll over on your face. Roll over on your stomach.
What did I do?
Over on your stomach.
What did I do, man?
Over on your stomach now.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Roll over on your stomach.
Okay, bro, don't shoot me, man.
Get on your
What
stomach.
did I do?
Roll onto your stomach.
Am I gonna go?
Onto your stomach.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. What the hell?
Put your hands out in front of you.
Okay. Okay.
Put your hands out in front of you.
What the fuck, dude?
Hands all the way out.
I can't breathe, dude.
Hands all the way out in front of you.
Okay.
Straight out in front of you.
Okay.
Dude, you have a gun pointed
No,
straight
I
at your
don't. I
head.
don't have a gun. Why am I going in cuffs?
Stop.
Why am I going in cuffs?
You have a warrant.
No, I don't. I don't have a
Stop
gun.
fighting.
Bro, I don't have no warrant. You guys have the wrong guy. I don't have a warrant, bro.
Stop
I don't have a
fighting.
warrant.
Stop fighting.
Help! 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 I don't have a warrant, bro. Bro, I don't have no fucking warrant, bro.
Get on your face.
Bro, I don't.
Get on your face.
I don't have a warrant, dude.
Get on your face.
Okay.
Get on your face now.
Okay, bro.
On your face.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Get on your
You're
face.
killing me.
On your
You're
face.
killing me, bro.
On your
You're
face.
killing me.
Get on your face.
You're,
Roll over on your face.
you're killing me.
Turn over.
You're
Get on
killing
your
me.
face.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
Get on your face.
I don't have a
Now.
warrant, bro.
On your face.
I don't have a warrant.
Get over on your face.
Okay, dude. I'm just in
On your face.
Oh,
On your face.
I don't have a warrant, bro.
Get on your
I
face.
don't have a warrant. I don't have no warrant.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Get on your face.
No.
Turn
I
over.
can't go to jail for something I didn't do.
Turn over.
No.
You move, I will shoot you. You move, I will shoot you.
do it.
Do not move.
I didn't do anything. I didn't even run.
Don't move. Stop fighting. Stop fighting.
I didn't even run.
Stop fighting. Stop fighting.
Oh, shoot me, please.
Stop fighting.
I didn't.
Stop moving.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh,
Stop fighting now.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do it. Don't hurt me, bro. Don't shoot me. Please.
Grab my gun again. I will shoot
Don't
you.
shoot me, bro. Ow, help. Help. Don't shoot me, dude. Just let me go. No, I don't. Don't hurt me. Help! I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Okay.
Don't move.
Okay.
Don't move. Put your hands out. Hands out. You're going to get it again. You got it. Hands out. I got his right one. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. All right. All right. Well, help. Other hand. There you go. No officers are hurt.
No.
She's got blood on her.
I can't.
Stay on your side. Just
I need water.
keep them on the
I
side.
need water. I need water. I didn't do
Are we
anything,
good to
dude.
bring rescue in? Yeah.
I was just fighting for my life, man. Hey, Randy, you guys beat me up.
I got you. Take the yeah. Are you okay? I'm good. Just stay there. Get her out. Just stay there, all right?
Dude, I need some water, bro.
All right, we'll get you.
I know that's difficult for the community, Mr. Vincent's family and friends to watch that. I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart for every officer in the Aurora Police Department. Those that have seen it, the officers are seeing this right now as well. Some have seen it due to preparing for this press conference, and I can tell you we're disgusted, we're angry. This is not police work. This is not police work. We don't train this. It's not acceptable. And that is why we started a Tier 3 use of force on Friday evening when it became apparent to my Deputy Chief of Police that was on scene what we were dealing with. My Major Crimes Unit immediately went into action to investigate this with integrity, and I want to applaud them, especially the detective in charge, for staying through the weekend to make sure that we could get some sort of closure on this case. This is just the beginning with the arrest of the officers. I hope that the transparency that we're giving you here today, as well as the swift action by our police department, can make some of you believe that we are trying to do the right thing, we are trying to reform, and we are trying to make a difference. This is not the Aurora Police Department. This was criminal. The district attorneys, I want to thank them. The Arapahoe County district attorneys were with us throughout the weekend. I saw the video first thing Monday morning. I immediately ordered an expedited internal affairs investigation. This will be the second time in my tenure that I have asked for this. I need everyone to understand I cannot impose discipline by charter until the due process of the officer's rights on an administrative internal affairs investigation is completed. My internal affairs officers started yesterday, and they are working around the clock to get that completed, and I will let all of you know when we achieve that. To my officers that are out on the street, I know this is affecting you, but I want you to know that you're excellent, and I know that you come to work each and every day through what we've been through. You still are doing the right thing. You're still saving lives. You're still putting your life on the line. And we will get through this. I've said it before, but we will get through this. This is not you, and you know that. I would ask the community, as angry as you are, I need peace in this city, please. I need peace from the community members, the churches, the pastors. I need all of us to take a breath. The first part of justice has been served with the officers being arrested. I will do my part as the chief of police with the internal affairs investigation, but I need peace in this city. And please do not paint this police department with a broad brush. My officers that are doing the right thing every day do not deserve that. At this point, I know this is uncharted territory for all of us. I believe the legislators that enacted House Bill 1250, they intended for this body-worn camera to come out, and that's why I'm doing it here today, because you have a right to know what happened. With that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Twombly, and then I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions.
Thank you, Chief. And I want to just start by commending the Chief for her swift and decisive action in this case. As you've seen, the horrendous and appalling actions of the officers in this warrant that swift and decisive action. It's also important that we demonstrate absolutely no tolerance for this type of behavior from our officers. And I think the Chief is doing that. We need to show support for our officers, as the Chief said, who are out there on the street today, the men and women of this department who protect and serve our residents every day. This is not what we do. Finally, I just want to say that in dealing with this head on,
One of the things I want to say is, and I'm going to walk all over this asshole, is that I am tired of hearing them say, this is not what we do. The fuck it isn't. You were just recorded fucking doing it. As what the fuck over?
That she outlined last fall that is reforming and improving this department. Thank you.
Yeah, by the way, this is the same exact place that killed Elijah McClain.
So I made aware of that charge yesterday morning through my Major Crimes Unit. Let me know that that was in existence. I need to make it clear that I have no control over any basic applicant that is hired by the City of Aurora. We only control the lateral process. That is a Civil Service Commission question. I did review the background myself. Upon request, I asked the administrator for me to see the background, and the decision was made to offer him a position with the City of Aurora. But I did not know about that until yesterday morning. Sure. Officer John Haubert, Haubert. He's been assigned to patrol for 3 years. He's 39 years of age. He's been with APD since 2018. He was assigned to patrol officer in District 1. He has no formal disciplinary history, and he is on administrative leave without pay. I will give you the charges in your press packet. Officer Francine Martinez, she's been with the Aurora Police Department for 6 years. She was assigned as well to District 1 patrol. Her disciplinary history is a written reprimand for handling of evidence and a 10-hour suspension regarding responsibility for a preliminary investigation. She is on admin leave with pay. Let me be clear. I cannot put officers on anything other than admin leave with pay if they have not been charged with anything other than a felony. Officer Martinez was charged with, you have the charges, duty to intervene and duty to report, which are both misdemeanors. The fact that Officer Haubert was charged with several felonies, he is not receiving pay from the City of Aurora. And again, I'm waiting for the expedited internal affairs. I believe so, but yes. And so that's their officer bill of rights. The other thing is, by charter, I have to have certain lengths of time in an internal affairs investigation. I can expedite it, which I've done in the past. And so we will be moving as quickly as possible on that. I hope the early next week at the latest that we will have something. Could you repeat the question? I'm sorry. So it's just the beginning for the community, right? We still have to go through a trial. We still have to go through all of these different things. As my executive team and I are talking about, we have to look at certain things. As far as one of the body worn cameras, I think you see actually comes off. We don't know if it was through the struggle or if he did not have it placed correctly. We just got these new Axon body worn cameras. It's technology. It's never going to be foolproof. I'm thankful that the other officer's camera was running and we were able to capture a lot of what happened when that camera fell off. Training that we're doing, we have been focusing on de-escalation training. We've been talking about duty to intervene with the House bill. We began training on that last year, August of 2020. My academy staff has created scenario-based training for new recruits, as well as we'll do it in service for officers that have to deal with this type of situation. This isn't normal. This was horrific. And we need to make sure that our officers have the tools to know exactly what to do in this situation. And so we're focusing on de-escalation. We're also bringing ABLE training to it. That's called Active Bystanders for Law Enforcement. Georgetown Law is running that program. We applied to be accepted into that program in March of this year, and we were accepted. Since we were accepted, we have sent 12 of our officers to be trained the trainers so that we can train the entire agency on active bystandership, give them the tools to deal with these types of things. The goals of this training is to prevent misconduct, to help deal with when you see a mistake happening or something as egregious as this happening, how do you handle it? And then officer health and wellness. I would like to say that who spearheaded this was Superintendent Sean Ferguson of the New Orleans Police Department. And their training was called EPIC, and that was Ethical Policing is Courageous. And that morphed into the ABLE program that Georgetown Law has taken over and is training across the nation. So we are being a part of that. We are focusing on de-escalation. We're getting a simulator. Right now we have 2 vendors for a simulator. That's the video training system that the officers go in, and it's almost like real life and they have to react. We're going with a vendor that has de-escalation built into it and fail safes if the officers don't recognize situations when they can de-escalate. Again, the question may come up, but I'll just go ahead and address it. The critical incident response team at the 18th Judicial District that I joined, this case did not meet the threshold for them to be activated. We did call them on Friday. It was not an officer involved shooting, and there was no serious bodily injury that the doctor had signed off on. So I have faith in my major crimes unit. I knew they would do a good job, and I knew that they would come to the conclusion that they came to, that charges needed to be filed, and the district attorney agreed. Yes, ma'am. Well, so me expediting the case is truly for the public. That is the transparency for the public. We do internal affairs investigations all the time. And so, but when it's something this egregious, it's such a slap to the face to this community, to Mr. Vinson, it needs to be taken care of, and it needs to be done quickly. Just say that again, and then I'll go to you, sir. I apologize. No, Mr. Vinson was arrested for a felony warrant out of Denver for DV strangulation. And you hear him on the camera saying he doesn't have a warrant. We don't believe he knew that he actually had an existing warrant. It sounds like it may have come out of a probation violation or something.
After all the focus on this department, nationally, locally, on excessive force complaints, after all the focus that you have brought to the issue on the department, how do you think an incident like this is possible?
I don't know. Like I said, no one that's seen this video, and I'm sure that every officer that has seen it now is going, what is happening? we have to do more training. We will continue to do training, and we will continue to take people out of this agency if that is how they're going to police. It's not right.
And does this incident lead you to believe that you have more work to do than you thought?
I believe we have fine officers, like I said, that are saving lives every day, that are de-escalating situations. Many times, the calls for service that I hear where an officer involved shooting could have been the result, my officers are de-escalating. They're doing what the community is asking, and they're handling these situations day in and day out. They just don't make the news. So I just want to make sure that we are going to continue to train. We're going to continue to bring in best practices. But this is an anomaly, and this was. I'm just thankful that Mr. Vincent is alive.
Do you have any concerns with anything to do with the staffing issues and the lack of officers that you have right now?
That is an issue that I think you've even reported on, but that is not what's happening here. This was a criminal act. Yes, sir.
Chief,
Brian.
after the death of George Floyd, after the death of Elijah McClain, after the legislature passed the police accountability law, have things changed?
I think it's changing. It's changing slowly. We're making changes. We're not waiting for the attorney generals to come back or the 21 CP. We are making changes each and every day. The state legislators are obviously acting as well. I think we all need to communicate and make sure that we're all doing it and we're all on the same page and making sure that this is going to be something that we can implement without officers being afraid to do their job. But in this case, this was not what we train. This was not police work. Quincy. You know, Quincy, I don't know, but we can get you that information. Absolutely. Deb.
How often do these officers go through the de-escalation training, the ABLE training, and then these two particular officers receive that training?
I'll have to follow up on whether or not they have. No one's received the ABLE training yet. That is something we've just trained the trainers on. We are going. My command staff and my captains and I will be getting that training on August 10th, and then it will be rolled out in the first quarter in service. And I'm probably going to expedite that, but we'll figure that out with staffing. But at the latest, it'll be rolled out in first quarter in service, which will be February of next year. But I'm probably going to try and do that quicker, considering this incident. Was there a second part to your question? The de-escalation training we have been doing since 2020, and like I said, we're getting simulators that have de-escalation built into it. All of our scenarios out at the academy with the new recruits, they have to recognize de-escalation moments, and then we critique them on that. Obviously, they're learning. Also, we just are working on finishing a video that deals with high-risk stops and talks about de-escalation points. And so officers need the tools and understand that, first of all, that's the expectation. Second of all, how to do it. I can't speak for Officer Martinez or what she was feeling at that moment. But I need to make sure that my officers out on the street know what to do next time.
Last question, Mr. Vincent. How serious were his injuries? Can you describe just with detail? I think, let's see, how many times he was hit?
He was hit multiple times. I'd say approximately 13 times he was hit with a pistol.
And how serious was it?
You know, I have Lieutenant Bob Wessner here with me for the Major Crimes Unit. Bob, are you able to answer that question?
Yes, so there's the doctors, again, it's Wessner, Wesner, and there is not serious bodily injury to his face at this time. Several large welts and a abrasion on the upper left part of his head that required 6 stitches. So that's the extent of his injuries. Nothing as far as concussion that we're aware of through medical. He received a CAT scan and what have you, chest, neck, and head, which came back fine.
Thank you. He was unarmed. You're correct. And so when we talk about injuries, those are just the physical injuries of Mr. Vincent. I can only imagine how he is feeling. And again, I want to apologize to him. We sent my internal affairs investigators out to speak with him yesterday and also offered him victim services due to the fact that he was a victim in this case. They're still at large, sir.
Chief Wilson, you took very quick action in this case. In comparison to what happened with Elijah McClain, where the officers have not been fired or arrested, how do you explain the difference to the public?
So I'm a different chief of police, but also we have different degrees of the investigation. The district attorney had looked into that and cleared the officers. Then, of course, we all know that the attorney general is looking at that and a grand jury is going on. So that is going to, lengthen the process. So, and I'm not saying that the former chief could have done anything differently. What I'm saying is that my take, and with the support of my city manager, I will be coming out with things as quickly as possible.
We appreciate everyone coming today. We're going to be putting an updated press release out to include links to not only the body cams you saw today, but also the press release for people to, the press conference for people to watch if they didn't get a chance. We appreciate everyone coming today. Thanks.
Wow. There you have it. There you have it. Well, we appreciate you all being here. Thank you. Y'all have a great one, and we'll catch you on the next one. And live over on Friends and Code. Y'all want to join me? Come on over. Appreciate everybody being here. Yeah.